Protein bars are everywhere. They're sold in grocery stores, gyms, gas stations, and even airport kiosks. Most of them promise high protein, clean nutrition, and healthy energy. But after reviewing dozens of ingredient lists and nutrition labels, I discovered something surprising. Many protein bars are loaded with added sugars, artificial sweeteners, highly processed oils, and long lists of ingredients that look more like a chemistry experiment than food. Some contain almost as much sugar as a candy bar. Others pack plenty of protein, but only after adding artificial flavors, fillers, and sugar alcohols. The good news? Not every protein bar deserves a bad reputation. A few brands actually keep their ingredient lists simple while delivering quality protein and balanced nutrition. Today we're counting down 15 popular protein bars, starting with the ones that raise the biggest concerns, and ending with 5 that actually stand out for the right reasons. Let's begin. 15. Power Bar Protein Plus. Power Bar helped popularize sports nutrition years ago, but when you look beyond the marketing, the ingredient list is surprisingly long. Many varieties contain multiple syrups, added sugars, processed vegetable oils, artificial flavors, and several stabilizers. While the protein content is respectable, the overall formula feels heavily processed. If your goal is clean nutrition, there are much simpler options available. 14. Met-Rex Big 100. At first glance, this looks impressive. 30 grams of protein, huge size, lots of calories. But that's exactly the issue. This bar is closer to a meal replacement than a healthy snack. Many flavors include several different sweeteners, syrups, and highly processed ingredients. If you're simply looking for a protein snack between meals, this may be far more than you actually need. 13. Cliff Builders. Cliff has a healthy outdoor image, but Builders bars often contain a noticeable amount of added sugar. Yes, they provide around 20 grams of protein. However, much of the sweetness comes from syrups and added sugars that many people are trying to reduce. For occasional use, they're fine. As an everyday snack, there are cleaner choices. 12. Gatorade Recover Protein Bar. This one surprises a lot of people. Because it carries the Gatorade name, many assume it's designed for optimal recovery. In reality, several varieties contain a fairly high amount of added sugar compared with many competing protein bars. For athletes immediately after intense exercise, that may fit certain situations, but for everyday snacking, it's not necessarily the best nutritional balance. 11. Muscle Milk Protein Bar. The protein content is solid. Unfortunately, so is the ingredient list. Artificial flavors, multiple sweeteners, several processed ingredients. It delivers protein, but not in the simplest package. 10. Think high protein. Think bars offer good protein numbers. The concern is that many flavors rely heavily on sugar alcohols. For some people, that's completely fine. For others, sugar alcohols may cause bloating or digestive discomfort, especially when consumed regularly. If you've ever felt uncomfortable after eating a protein bar, this could be one reason why. 9. One bars became popular because they taste almost like candy, and that's exactly why many people love them. The sweetness mostly comes from sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners rather than traditional sugar. That keeps sugar low, but doesn't necessarily make the ingredient list simpler. 8. BSN Protein Crisp. This bar focuses heavily on texture. Crunchy, sweet, dessert-like, but it also includes numerous processed ingredients and sweeteners. It's enjoyable as an occasional treat, less impressive as an everyday nutrition choice. 7. FitCrunch. FitCrunch bars are incredibly popular. Many people love their taste. The downside is that several flavors contain relatively high amounts of saturated fat, along with multiple sweeteners and processed ingredients. It's closer to a dessert that happens to contain protein. 6. Pure Protein. Pure protein bars provide plenty of protein at an affordable price. However, the ingredient list is much longer than many consumers expect. Artificial sweeteners, processed protein blends, and numerous additives make these bars less appealing if you prefer minimally processed foods. Safe section. Now let's move on to the bars that impressed me the most. These aren't perfect, but compared with many competitors, they offer a much better balance of protein, ingredients, and overall nutrition. 5. Quest helped redefine low-sugar protein bars. Most varieties contain around 20 grams of protein with very little added sugar. They're also high in fiber. The only downside, several artificial sweeteners and sugar alcohols remain part of the formula. Still, they're among the better options available. Laso 4. Barebells. Barebells may have one of the best textures in the entire category. High protein, very low sugar, great taste. The ingredient list is still processed, but nutritionally, it's stronger than many competing bars. 3. RXBAR. RXBAR takes a completely different approach. Instead of creating a candy-like texture, it focuses on whole food ingredients. Many bars contain ingredients you can recognize immediately. Egg whites, dates, nuts, natural flavorings. The sugar content is naturally higher because of the dates, but there is no added sugar in many varieties. 2. David Protein Bar. David has quickly attracted attention for one reason: extremely high protein, very low calories, very low sugar. If maximizing protein is your top priority, it delivers impressive nutrition numbers. However, its formula is more engineered than whole food options like RXBAR. 1. Aloha among today's list. Aloha comes closest to balancing nutrition with ingredient quality. The ingredient list is relatively simple. The protein comes from plant sources. Many varieties are organic. Fiber content is excellent. Added sugar stays relatively low. No protein bars, perfect. But if you're looking for one of the cleanest overall choices, Aloha is difficult to ignore. Outro, here's the biggest lesson. Don't judge a protein bar by the number printed on the front of the package. 20 grams of protein doesn't automatically mean it's healthy. Always flip the bar over. Read the ingredient list. Look at the added sugar. Check the fiber. And remember, the shortest ingredient list is often the easiest place to start. If you enjoyed this investigation, don't forget to subscribe, because next time, we're putting another popular grocery aisle under the microscope.